There we are, boys. Welcome. Wow, look at Brad. I don't know. Wow, oh, wow. A lot of stuff happening right here. Look at this.
I'm trying to match my mustache. See, now I got the axe and I got the mustache.
We got Lumberjack Brad. And that was a beautiful intro, Rob. That was very vampiric. A little bit,
It was out of focus, but
But I feel like that looked almost intentional.
oh yeah,
It'd
totally.
be funnier if you had a chair that you could have been like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Guys, welcome as always. We have Brad, the DC Universe geek legend, one of the original DC action figure reviewers, and I still think one of the best.
Stop it.
One of the best guys. And Brad,
Hey,
we're all
Brad.
excited to see you turning out new content, by the way.
Yeah.
Do you wear a Canadian tuxedo a lot in Canada?
I wish I could actually. I don't have a denim jacket, otherwise I probably would.
Oh,
It would
I thought
match
that was
my
a dirty
mustache, too.
joke.
No.
Canadian tuxedo is denim pants and a denim jacket.
That's right, Levi's, you
And a
know.
mullet if you got one.
Oh, that would be bitching.
It is. You ever seen, you know how majestic it is when you see a guy flick his mullet over his shoulder while wearing a Canadian tuxedo?
I mean, that's the whole vibe.
There's
That's the
nothing
whole
like
vibe.
it. Nothing like it.
Also, Rob D Toys, also handsome Rob, the best looking action figure photographer.
It's true. That's why everyone
Still.
comes here.
Look at him. Look at him go. Look at that face, guys. That's the face.
The face that everyone's mother
That's
loves.
face. Yeah,
And wife.
exactly.
And sister. Probably brother, too.
And guys, let's say hello to the fine folks in the chat. Josh from before. We got Josh out there.
Rip
We got Ryan. Seth. We got Rip Rocket Photography, another Canadian friend out there. Look at that.
Yeah.
Kev's Collectibles. Got some fine friends in the chat today.
Yeah.
Here we are. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We got
There
some
are
fun show.
DC movie news. We got lots of action figure news. Stuff that just dropped like literally hours ago.
Yeah.
You know.
Surprise.
Didn't even see that coming.
Yeah.
Nope,
No.
nope.
I mean, it's February 1st, and they already hit us with like a
Yeah.
new $100 bundle. Like,
That's
dang,
all you
they're not
paid?
skipping a beat. You
That's
know.
all you had to pay was $100?
No. I'm sorry. It was
Let's see.
140, I think, shipped.
Remember?
Yeah, mine's 2 something shipped.
Yeah.
Remember when it was like 2 weeks ago, and it was like, okay, we only have 2 weeks until February,
Yeah.
and now it's like the first of the day of the month.
Yeah.
It's like,
Hey, man.
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the 2-pack for Bizarro and Bat Zorro is going to drop this month.
Oh, that already dropped, isn't it? Isn't it already up for pre-order on Target?
BvS.
No,
is
I mean,
gonna
it's-
drop.
What I mean is it's going to the 2-pack is going to start shipping.
Oh shit!
Look at the date on it. It should be shipping soon.
I love this comment from 1 Minute of Pop Culture. Rob is the kid your mother's friend was praising. That's right.
It's true.
Absolutely. Why can't you be more like your friend Rob? You know?
Yeah, you can have Rob over for a sleepover. You can't have
Yeah.
the other guy,
No one
Mike.
else. Yeah.
Mike
Brad,
was cracking.
Ahsoka. Anyways, sorry, Rob. I would give you a hard time, buddy. By the way, Rob and Brad did not tell me it was mustard colored shirt day on the DC
Sorry.
Infinite Hour. So,
I
Great
should have
minds
wrote
think alike.
Disneyland on the front of mine.
you know, unbelievable. Oh, we got some from Brazil.
Nice.
Hello from Canada
go.
to you in Brazil.
Let's see. It was the 1st of February, 14 days till Valentine's Day. Brad, Rob, do you guys have gifts picked out? What's the
No.
situation like?
I don't do Hallmark holidays.
No?
I like to buy my wife flowers or just things. My love language is gifts, but I like to do it randomly when she's not expecting them. And then Valentine's Day, I'm like, you can honk on Bobo. Unless, of course, she's not expecting me to do Valentine's Day, and then I do.
I just had an image of you popping out of a closet with flowers. Like surprise. You know?
The flower, it's like a jock strap of flowers.
I'm sorry, that escalated quickly, Rob.
Single rose in my mouth.
All right, guys.
Valentine's Day.
Try to get that image out of your heads tonight.
Oh, yeah. Just
I'm sure we had a
imagine
sketch
that.
artist here who could draw like the stuff we talked about. Anyways, Rob, what about you for Valentine's Day, buddy? Anything you want for Valentine's Day? Anything?
We don't really
Mrs.
do
D
much
Toys?
for Valentine's Day.
No?
Yeah.
Like, the kids take up a lot of our time, so like we rarely go on dates. I try to, like Brad, I like to give little gifts when you're not
Yeah.
expecting it, and
Yeah.
I usually give flowers, but I am allergic to most flowers.
Yeah.
Anytime flowers are in our house, I am just sneaking away.
You do have some allergies. You do have some allergies, buddy.
Yeah,
I hope allergy season isn't too harsh for you this year.
it usually is.
Valentine's Day's gotten bigger here, though. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like it was always like you could buy like a little stuffy and some flowers and stuff like that. They put out the expensive 12 roses, like dozen roses Lego set as an end cap. And there's
Jesus.
a bunch of them in my Walmart.
That's
right?
intense.
And that's not a cheap Lego set. Right. So they put those out. Walmart has all these like end caps for Valentine's Day. And I don't ever recall walking through Walmart close to Valentine's Day and seeing quite so much Valentine's Day tat. They're going hard this year. They're like, let's milk the teat of this Hallmark holiday for all we can.
Now, is Valentine's Day still considered a pagan holiday, or where are we at with Valentine's Day?
Aren't they all
cool? I don't know.
Aren't they all really? Even Christmas technically is, right?
My favorite thing is like the pop culture days now, where you got like Batman Day, Harry Potter Day. I feel like that's a little much. You know what I mean?
I never remember that, and I'm like, I suppose maybe.
Well, Superman Day, I always remember because it's my wedding anniversary.
Oh,
and don't they have Superman celebration at the same time, or is that a different time?
I think
in Metropolis, Illinois.
Usually.
Yeah. I love Batfans coming for V-Day. We'll treat my toys to a nice dusting.
Now that is a heartfelt gift.
Dude,
right
so
there.
many people ask me when I post shots of my collection, like, what about dust?
Yeah, I dusted recently for the first time in like years.
Right?
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know what's fun when you dust? They go from being like a dull, the colors are all dull, to all of a sudden they're bright, and you're like, man, why didn't I do this sooner? And then you get halfway done dusting, and you're like, that's why I didn't do it sooner.
Yeah,
that's why I try to keep mine all in cases. Don't really get dust, but like up on top, they do.
Yeah. All my figures are covered in dust. I have to do it every year.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Is there an earthquake where you are?
No, guys. The camera's getting a little wobbly.
Is it drunk? Go home, camera. You're drunk.
Sorry. Anyway, I didn't mean to be so distracting. But yeah, guys, I do have a new camera angle. Thanks for noticing, Josh. I just trying something different. I gotta get my lighting in order. But
I love that mirror.
Oh yeah, dude.
That is a beautiful backdrop behind you. I want that Batmobile, not yours specifically, but that one.
Bro,
what is
this
it?
thing, that's the Jazz Inc. Batmobile. I grabbed it, but I'd probably drop it.
Now, is that a third party?
No.
Okay.
That's
licensed
party.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's licensed for sure.
It is phenomenal though. It is
I would love it. And it's in scale with what?
I like Mezco, like 6-inch toys. Yeah. It's unfortunately I think they primarily focus now on hot toy sized vehicles.
That's too big.
I know. It's too big. It's
for
too
me.
expensive. Like this was expensive. This retailed for $600, I think. I got a lot less. But I
wonder if you can still find it.
Like, you can.
I've looked for it, Rob. It is disheartening to see how much money it is now.
Is it north of 1,000?
No. I got mine for 400 actually.
I've seen it for 800. Around 800.
I got lucky. It had been on this eBay guy's page for a while. But
I've never spent that much. So that would be like new territory for me.
Rob, those are rookie numbers, bro. Come on now.
I want to get a 1/10 scale, so a McFarlane scale Batman v Superman Batmobile, because
it's coming.
Well, I've started arranging my shelf upstairs because I for those of you who don't know, I'm one of the lucky few that I keep my collection like everywhere in the house, except for the living room and the kitchen. But the kitchen's not exactly true. I got a Superman hanging from the chandelier, but I've got one room where I'm starting to put my Batmobiles and then the Batman that accompanies them in the proper scale.
Ooh.
Right, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I've got a Batmobile to go with my Mezco, but I need one that's in a slightly bigger scale to go with the McFarlane Batman v Superman Batman as well. So I'm trying to find the perfect Batmobile. I know that, what is it, Iron Studios does one or whatever?
Yeah, they did one. I mean,
Mattel has Batman v Superman.
Excuse me. Oh god.
Mattel did like a couple.
They didn't do BvS. They did Justice League.
Yeah.
Justice League. And I don't want that big cannon on the top.
I know. It's still pretty dope, but yeah, it's not as big for McFarlane. It's coming.
I like my Batmobiles to be symmetrical.
Yeah.
If I can. Yeah, well the big cannon on top is like, ooh, Batman's got a cannon.
I don't mind
prefer,
the asymmetrical. That's why I love that Dr. Fate helmet from the movie. You
Yeah.
know?
which I hate. Isn't that
See,
funny?
and I loved it.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm. I remember we had this conversation
Yeah.
at the time, and you
I
were like,
liked
"I
it
love
too.
that helmet." Like,
Rob,
what
where do
year
you
is it?
chime in on symmetry?
I'm an artist, so I do both. Like it's either or. It doesn't matter to me. Like I find things that are asymmetrical beautiful, and I find things that are symmetrical beautiful. It doesn't.
Wow. We find Mr. Rogers beautiful.
He's my
Yeah.
screensaver. He reminds me that he's proud of me,
Nice.
and he loves me just the way I am.
All right, guys, we delved into symmetry, Mr. Rogers. I don't know where this conversation is going to take us tonight.
Who knows? Why don't we
You
start
know?
with the first topic, though?
Oh,
Why don't
yeah.
What's the first topic at
Rob,
hand?
wait, Brad, what are you trying to get me to move along? That's usually my job to.
I'm the ADD one, right? You're usually,
Unbelievable. Yeah, I'm the usual, like, hey, guys, we got to move along.
for you guys
All
at
right,
home, you don't
guys.
realize it. These guys have to rein me in because my ADD just gets so bad that they're like,
No.
okay.
But that's part of your charm, though, buddy. That's why we love you.
Oh, well, I
All right,
appreciate
guys.
that.
First, a bit of news from the world of DC Studios. We
All
have
talk.
our new Supergirl. Brad, please. Let's talk.
Well, no, I mean, I'm the one that's probably the least qualified to talk about Mrs. Alcock here because I never saw her in House of the Dragon.
Oh, really? You're not House of Dragons fan?
I never even saw Game of Thrones. I was going to watch it, and then the last season sucked ass, and I was like, well, I can't do it now.
Bro, you can dive right into House of Dragons without skipping a beat. You don't need to have seen any of Game of Thrones. Like, it really stands on its own.
I will say I have no idea what her acting chops are like. No
She's
idea.
She's great. Yeah, I
will say that I feel like what's happening with the current DC universe is, for the most part, I feel like they're trying to cast people that look classically like the characters.
Yeah.
And I like that. I'm there for it. I prefer that all along. I have a hard time when they don't. And so this is great. I feel like he knows what he's doing, and they've casted somebody who is probably going to do a really great job. And I think she'll look the part fantastically. And, you know, everything else remains to be seen, though.
I agree with you. Well, so I love Sasha Calais.
She wasn't my first choice. I'll tell you that.
Know.
She was my second choice.
Who was your first choice?
The other one. Remember there was the two in the front running?
That's right.
The other one was my first choice, who I know nothing about as well. I just thought she looked better. Like, looked more like the classic Supergirl.
I feel like, I love House of Dragons, and she was great in that. So just based on that, I'm excited for this. The other young lady, I wasn't familiar with her work, sadly. Rob, chime in there.
Blonde Supergirl.
Yeah. What's up, Shiz? Yeah, I have not watched this season yet, so I don't know how she is acting wise. I think she looks beautiful. She looks like Kara.
Yeah.
She looks young, so that's a plus. Like,
yeah. No, in this story, she's 21.
Right.
Yeah.
If they're adapting that story, she's 21 because she was at a place under a red sun having a drink, trying to get drunk.
Yeah.
Trying to get a buzz.
Too much. I still have to read it. It's a
great story. You're missing it.
I have it right here, literally. In the back. I have to get to it.
But, you're missing a great story still. You got to
just
put that in the can and read it while you're taking a dump. Oh wait, that's bad. Then you get hemorrhoids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't want to go down that path. But yeah, she looks the part. I mean, so far he's casted like literally how they look at the comics.
Yeah, I mean, like if you think back to all his other casting, even with like Marvel stuff, he does a phenomenal job. Like, what is it, Brad?
Nothing. Someone was banging on the door.
Oh,
I was like, no, why is no
I
one
thought you were like
it?
you wanted to say something.
No, that's just a Bradism right there. I didn't even skip a beat. I just saw him doing something in the camera, just doing his thing. You know, I knew it was directed at Rob.
I mean, I think
it was just Brad, like, you know, just like it's part of the show. You know what I mean? If Brad brought out jackhammer right now, started jackhammering, I would be like, oh yeah, let's just continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, buddy.
I was just gonna say, like, I think he did a phenomenal job with like everybody in the past, like even people that I didn't necessarily believe in. He somehow made it work because obviously he saw the vision and I didn't. So I have faith in him. She does look like she would be the youngest looking Supergirl that we have to date.
Yeah.
So.
Now she does look really, really young there. They made like that, but when you see her Instagram, she doesn't look as young as that. She definitely looks older.
Okay.
There's a comic that is based on
Yes.
Woman of Tomorrow.
Accurate gingers in the DCU. Let's do it.
Man, we don't go that far. We can't have more gingers out there.
That's right. We have to discriminate against somebody.
Hey, come on, Brad.
The gingers might as well. Ginger kids.
We got a ginger Jimmy Olsen. I can't believe it.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. That was that the only bit of DC casting, I think.
I think that was it for the casting news.
I think so. I think he's been teasing a lot, and James Gunn on Threads about they're getting ready to shoot. So I mean, I would imagine, gosh, by the end of February, maybe sometime mid-March, we'll see the suit if they're going to start doing like actual shooting.
So you think Underoos?
It's so hard to know, man.
I think he's going to try his best to incorporate the Underoos without them looking like briefs. You know what I mean? I think he's going to try to incorporate the color palette of the yellow and the red in the midsection without them necessarily being briefs.
I say just go full on.
Well, I'd love that too. I'm just saying I'm not sure if he'll go that far. I think he's going to try to appease everybody.
I don't know. I feel like he might go that far just because he's been hinting so much about Grant Morrison's run being a big influence. And like just the way Superman looks in that is so classic and so just, he really leans into the Underoos and the whole look of Superman. I don't know. You're right though, Brad. It's hard to know where
here's an idea. Here's an idea. Maybe he'll start with the Underoos, and then because you know how he changes the suits, with each movie. Maybe that's what he'll do with Clark. Maybe he'll start with the Underoos, and then by the end of the third movie, because let's face it, everything's a third movie now, right? Trilogy. Maybe he won't be wearing the Underoos for a chunk of the movie and then finish off with the Underoos again. You know what I mean? Like maybe he'll have a special suit that doesn't have the Underoos for a while.
It's very possible. It's very possible.
It seems like something he might do.
This is not an origin story. They don't go into the origin at all. So
heck no. Good.
I like a little bit of it though. I love a little bit of Krypton. You know what I mean? Just a tad.
Well, just because it's not an origin story doesn't mean they won't touch on it for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Like they'll probably say, it could be the narrative could be, what if it's from Jimmy Olsen's perspective or Lois's, right? She's typing, right?
Yeah.
She's like, we've all heard of
the one thing that I always
another planet.
hate is when they back monologue it type thing like they did in the Justice League, or not the Justice League, Suicide Squad, where she's like running down like the files and then you see like the character. I never like that. I think it's tacky.
I feel like they're going to do that.
It's forced, it seems.
I think they'll show it, but I feel like they'll do it. I feel like they will. My money's on them doing it because you can't not have it, because just in case you get new viewers, and even though we believe everyone knows who Superman is and where he comes from and all that, they'll probably touch on it for like a very short time.
Yeah, they should, right? But you have to always approach it like this could be someone's first Superman movie.
Exactly.
Yeah,
a kid. And James Gunn is going to try to get the kids. And I hope that he does. I hope this is a movie that everybody likes, because let's face it, Marvel has been doing very well with the kids, right? Their Valentine's Day Valentines, their lunch boxes, their bed sheets, their t-shirts, kids always have them, but ain't no kids wearing DC. So
that's a good
I feel like
that's
James Gunn, James Gunn knows this. If we know this, then James knows this. And I feel like he's a smart man. He knows what he's doing.
He does. Well, I'm most curious about the tone of this universe. Like, is it going to be like more like, I don't know, more serious than what we've been getting? Is it going to be like a good mix of both? Is it going to be, the last few DC movies have been leaning very heavily into the shticks, into a little bit of like, a little bit forced comedy, I feel.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, like, is he going to set a tone for this, like, of how it's going to be? Like, is it going to feel like Richard Donner, like freaking beautiful vistas and like a very, you know what I mean? Like they're taking it seriously,
Yeah, I feel like the Superman movie, I'm just going to call it, I feel like as an overall Superman movie, I feel like it'll be one of the best ones we've ever seen, for sure. And then on top of that, I feel like he's no slouch, so he'll know. Okay, well, this is what the tone should be for a Superman movie,
Yeah.
and this is what the tone should be for a Batman movie, right? So I don't feel like a Batman movie will be overly quippy, and if there are quips, if there is humor, right, it'll be like Robin.
Yeah.
Like it won't be Batman. Whereas Superman, I feel like James Gunn by this point knows the character of Superman enough that Superman will have, of course, Superman humor is a mark of the Man of Steel, right? He's always made little quips and jokes, so I feel like we're going to see those for sure. But I think he's also going to have a really good element of danger. I just trust him. He writes good stories, so I feel like the tone is going to be very good.
Even in Guardians 3, right? He did a great job of mixing in action with like comedy, also heartbreaking stuff with the animals. Spoiler alert! Like we all saw it, right? Like it was pretty. I got pretty emotional at some of that stuff. Like
it was great. Yeah, no, the guy. That's what I mean. The guy. I feel like he's in the same way that I feel like Zack Snyder is a master visually, like with his shots, right?
Yeah,
I feel like he's a master. I feel like James Gunn is a master at big popcorn flick storytelling.
That's one thing I loved about Zach, though, just the style of it. I love movies that have a style.
Visually.
Exactly, like a visual style.
And the color grading and the whole bit.
Yes, exactly. Like something very intentional that makes it look like, wow, So,
I like movies that don't necessarily look like they're done on a sound stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Zack Snyder, the first one that you guys all saw from Zack would have been what were the girls?
I was thinking Watchmen.
I was thinking 300.
Oh yeah,
there was one, but wasn't there? What was the one before that with the girls?
So he's done Dawn of the Dead, 300, Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch. Didn't Sucker Punch come out before Watchmen?
It did.
I don't think so.
I think it came out right afterwards.
Did Sucker Punch come out before Watchmen? Everyone's phone's
According to Goodreads, film Watchmen was released on March 6, 2009. His follow-up project animation debut titled Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole was released on September 24, 2010. Snyder produced, co-wrote, and directed Sucker Punch, which was released on March 25, 2011.
Okay, so 2 years difference. Okay, you're right. You're right. I always thought that it came first.
But it's funny, he's gone really, like, even Rebel Moon, just watching, I started to watch it. I didn't get to even get into it, but even that's so different from Man of Steel. Like, Man of Steel, he was going for such realism, like he was going for a very organic, like not soundstage look to it. But with Rebel Moon, it was very fake looking. I loved it. It was a cool style, but it's very jarring. Anyways, I know we're getting off topic this time.
Yeah, we got way
that's for another. That's for another.
Oh yeah. We are going to be doing another DC Infinite Hour special where we talk about what we loved about the DC Extended Universe. So look for that, guys, coming up in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on to some more topics. I mean, I think anything non-action figure news DC wise that I can't really think of anything.
I keep getting ads for the Superman Batman rings.
Me too.
Yeah.
I've almost fallen for it, but I'm broke. I want a Superman ring and I want to get Margaret the Wonder Woman one. No, there is news. The game comes out tomorrow. Kill the Justice.
Oh yeah. Who's playing that? I saw someone mention something in the that's right. Josh is playing it. That's right.
Josh.
He's currently Josh is currently playing it.
No,
and so Swish is. Josh is currently playing it. How did you manage that, Josh? You got an early copy? That's amazing.
Wasn't he playing the demo?
That's right. I think he was. Yeah. He's playing Suicide Squad right now. I just read his comment. How did you manage that? Is it the demo?
Oh,
I'm so
Crisis
stoked.
on Infinite Earth.
Oh, yeah.
I did not watch that yet.
I did watch it. It was actually really good.
All I've heard is it's Flash centric.
It's so
well, it's a three-part movie.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's not what you think it's going to be. It's very interesting the way they did it.
They did say that Kevin Conroy's voice is going to be in the third one.
Are they AIing it in there, or is it like?
No, it was one of his last recordings.
Yeah.
Ryan Lee said the deluxe edition has early access for those of you curious about Kill the Justice.
Well, I got the deluxe edition, but I didn't get it on download. I got it. I wanted the hard copy. So yeah.
All right.
Good to know though.
I did purchase Aquaman 2 on digital just because I wanted to see it. Watched it. I loved it again.
Yeah.
So
it's a fun movie. I mean, I love it, but it's a good movie.
I actually don't have complaints about it. I think it's
even
great.
better. I'm glad you do not have any complaints.
I liked it as well. The more I think about it, I'm like, yeah, I enjoyed it more than the first one, and I enjoyed the first one.
Thought the tone, like you said, Ahsoka, is completely different than the first movie. But I love it.
The origin stuff is all out of the way, and I you know what I mean, like the origin for him in Atlantis and like him becoming the king, because that's a pretty heavy story, right?
Yeah,
and having him now as like, okay, he's the king and he's sitting on the throne and he's bored and falling asleep and stuff. It's like, I don't know, that interests me more, like that whole aspect of it. So yeah, I really
well, we don't way more that, but all right, let's go on to before we get to the McFarlane stuff. Yeah, let's talk about the SH the Flash. Hold on, let me bring it up on my screen here.
Yeah. Oh, we could talk about Robin too.
Oh yeah.
Mezco. That was an out of the nowhere drop as well.
We're so unprepared.
But it's all right.
We're just coming up with the topics as we go here.
Some of the best live streams are unprepared. What's that? Joe Rogan's always like, hey, pull that up on screen. Could you pull it up on screen?
That's a good point, dude. You're right. I like that, Brad. I love your attitude.
It's organic, right?
All right. Let's talk about the SH Figuarts Flash. I mean, this thing is just. Can you guys see my screen?
I can.
It's killer,
dude. It's like just so the texture of it. Like
it looks like a grandma sweater from here. I gotta
maybe, but
hold on, make it a big screen.
Hey, look, they even recreated his running pose.
No, he doesn't look nearly goofy enough there.
Oh, right there. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Looks like he's gonna trip over his own damn feet when he runs in the movie.
Oh man, I'm digging this. I am digging this.
Yeah.
I never even bought the Batman though, guys.
I didn't buy the Batman, but I did.
I don't think he's out yet. That Batman.
No, I never.
I think it is.
Though.
Oh, you didn't? Oh,
is it?
I think the Batman.
Oh, you're right.
I never did either. Not because I don't like the costume designs. I'm just like, where am I gonna put them? And I can't afford them. Like between like everything else I'm pre-ordering, I just can't afford it. But he does look great running in Grandma's sweater there.
I mean, I gotta get anything Keenan. So even if it's
for me, like I would love Mafex to do this version, but I don't feel like that they will. And yeah, the scale's a little smaller than that, but it looks awesome. I just got the Spider-Man final swing. It's an amazing figure. Yeah. I love the articulation of these figures. I just hate the crotch area of how it's like detailed.
I gotcha.
Yeah, the bulge isn't big enough. No one said anything. It was obscenely quiet after I said that.
No, like you can see like how they do the articulation. It just breaks the sculpt.
I'm kidding.
I mean, I have my SH Wonder Woman, the Gal Gadot one, and it's freaking phenomenal.
That one's great because it's a little smaller, so like she's a girl, so like it still fits.
Now that you mention it, I'm looking at like this figure's crotch area, and I'm like, what is going on? This is a whole lot of.
Okay, so like the way that the articulation is, it's totally different.
Yeah, like I can see what they're doing, and I'm just looking at it like, why? Like, is that a socket up in the groin to try to hide? I'd have to see it in motion, like being moved around. Maybe I will get it just to review it. Pardon?
I have the final swing. It moves incredibly. It just does not. It's very unsightly. Is the only thing.
So you sacrifice some aesthetics for the articulation, basically.
Yes, like you definitely get great range of motion.
Yeah,
the articulation's solid, but it just does not look as good. I would rather Ahsoka and I are on the same page. I'd rather have a better sculpt and less articulation than have.
I look at the form and function are like you got to find the best marriage of the two. But okay, so I'm looking at the body here. And I realize what they're doing. Like you remember how the suit has all those like weird,
like
pathways and shit. Okay, so I'm looking at that now. The actual suit though then has a clear coating over top of it.
Yeah.
That makes it kind of shinier. This looks like that suit has had that coating peeled off.
Interesting.
And if it's rough, like if you can feel the lines, I'm gonna be like, that's weird. That's just weird.
I like the goggles, the yellow lenses. I think that's how I'm gonna display mine.
I've always wished that they were white though, because that's what they were like in the 90s.
Yeah, Wally
I've
West.
always wished they were white. Yeah. But yeah, no, it looks good. Maybe I will get the Batman and the Flash. I'm so broke though.
All right, let's see. Let's go.
Especially after today. Totally broke.
Oh yeah, today was rough in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. Yeah, well, we should look at
This was so out of the blue.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, it's kind of cheesy looking.
I had to go back.
Campy looking, and I love it.
I had to go back and find a blue one, a blue Batman.
Yeah, to go with it.
Yeah. Luckily, someone was selling it on eBay like super cheap, so thankful.
I love it.
And I'm tempted to get the blue one. Excuse me, just for this guy. I mean, this is pretty dope.
That was a 5-second buy. That took me like no time at all to decide to buy that. And that body can technically be used. Okay, well, customizers are going to be doing heads. There's going to be Jason Todd. There's going to be a different Dick. I've actually got Dick heads that I can put on there. Shut up. Of course. Peanut gallery in the back there. I can't say nothing.
Are you going to pick up the Joker?
I say the term dickhead. Everyone's just laughing. Yeah, I've already got him pre-ordered too.
Okay.
I
didn't pick up Two-Face just because I really just want Batman and Robin.
See, I picked up Two-Face as well because I love the classic look. I want a classic Penguin and Riddler like this.
But I think that they should start calling him Richard, honestly. I mean, who goes by Dick anymore? Like, honestly. I want to have a serious conversation about this.
Dick Assman does.
I mean, who's that? Who?
Dick Assman? You remember Dick Assman?
No.
There's a guy. David Letterman found the guy in the phone book or something like that.
Well, yeah, you're talking about a phone book, buddy. Now we're really dating ourselves.
There's plenty of older people, like I would say, like baby boomers or boomers.
Yeah, Tricky Dick Nixon, like Richard Nixon. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. I think after like 1995, I'm arbitrarily saying 95. Who goes by the name Dick anymore?
If my name was Richard, I get them to call me Dick.
Well, yeah, but you're a DC fan.
It would just be funny. They have to call my name. If I was, are you kidding? If I'm a kid, they have to call my name out in attendance. Dick.
Camp Crystal Lake collector.
The Ass Man. Oh, the Ass Man. Different Ass Man. Yes. No,
I'm just saying that
he's a real guy.
Let's just go with Richard Grayson. I think this is time, DC. Yeah. I hope James Gunn puts down a statement.
Didn't they do that for a while, Rick?
Yeah, that's when he lost his memory. That was stupid.
No, Rick.
Let's call him Richard. Richard Grayson. Or let's call him Grayson. You know what I mean? That's even cooler.
Yeah, like people call me, by my last name all the time.
I don't know. I like Dick. I think Dick's good.
We know you do, buddy. We know you. The excitement in your face when you talk about this. I'm just saying it's not helping our hobby or our where it's like, oh, you guys like Dick Grayson? What?
Well, he's got the R for Richard, right? Richard.
Yeah, but people don't get called Richard anymore. How many Richards do you guys know? I know like maybe.
No, I'm saying on his suit, he's got the R for Richard. Like everybody's gonna know.
Funny.
That is true, right? Although technically it's like
I know some Richard.
Superman's got an S on his chest. It's not like people are like, oh, I knew it. His name must be Stewart.
Steve.
He's got an S on his chest. It's
Sandy.
Stewart man.
I'm saying it's time we have a discussion about, Let's go with
okay. But if we get rid of the word Dick, why haven't we gotten rid of the trunks? We can keep one that's out.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of the trunks anymore either.
Oh no!
I'm a fan of the trunks just because I grew up with Superman, Christopher Reeve.
I love them.
To me, that is definitely like I don't. It's not like I don't like the trunks, but definitely like for a modern audience, like
you wouldn't be sad to see him go.
No, but for like any kids nowadays, they don't have the nostalgia we do for the trunks, right?
You know what though? I found this. Without the trunks, Superman definitely got a few more You got a little bit bigger of an audience, but also kids don't like Superman because he's too goody two shoes.
Well, same reason kids didn't like Captain America for the longest time.
Because he's goody two shoes.
Yeah,
he's goody two shoes.
It just takes a good story.
They like darker anti-heroes, and it's like, well, you can tell a good story around somebody who is just really, really good, and how hard it is to be that good sometimes, and
Rob,
different things that they have to face.
Yeah, Captain America was a great example. They did that well. They kept his earnestness, and still made him like a badass.
And it was one of the best. It was, my opinion, the Captain America: The First Avengers, one of the best Marvel movies.
Oh, love that movie so much.
One of the best.
Again, I love that movie. It had like a style and atmosphere to it.
Yeah,
but
I love the character. We need endearing characters. Not everyone has to, I mean, as much as I like them, not everyone has to be, a Batman or a Wolverine or a Red Hood to be cool. Yeah. I mean, we can have characters that are just good, right? And Superman is supposed to be good because he's the one who influences and gives hope to the rest of the heroes in the DCU. That's his true place, right?
Well, you know how they could pull it off, right, in the movies, is if they do show parts of Krypton and they dress like that, like they've done in the comics, where like the Underoos are part of their gab. You know what I mean?
Old school, that was like that. Yeah,
exactly. Like I think Grant Morrison kind of did that in the All-Star Superman, kind of brought that back. So,
and see, as far as I understood, the trunks were always a modesty thing. Even like it was explained that like in the same, like his mom made a suit for him, and the trunks were for modesty.
Oh, I thought it was just to look like a wrestler. That's why the original design.
Well, no, they were originally, but I mean, like in the 80s, right? 80s and 90s, it was a modesty issue.
You know, it's going to be so interesting. In I think 10 years, Superman's going to be in the public domain, like Mickey Mouse.
Only the original, though.
Yeah, but this is going to be crazy. Like people can take Action Comics #1 and take everything in there and make their own Superman movie. You know
what though? I kind of want to see an independent Superman movie that
has
a
it'd be
big
interesting.
Budget that is Action Comics 1, 2, and 3, like or whatever, like the overarching story. I kind of want to see that for sure, because I feel like Hollywood will never touch it. It's the fact that someone is going to give it the Winnie the Pooh treatment.
Yeah.
Right.
Or the horror.
I'd like to see the early days of like the New 52 when he's wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
Yes, I love that look.
I would love to see a movie like that.
Yeah. No, they can't do that though, because that's not what's going to be in the public domain. Only the original Superman look, which is, I mean, you're right though, Ahsoka. We will see it.
Oh yeah.
These guys look phenomenal together.
I know.
This is great. This is the whole scene right here.
Does it get more classic?
That's a beautiful Friends reference.
That artwork is how I used to do a lot of my thumbs. That's funny.
Yeah, it is.
Not quite with the blue blotches, all over the sun. I would have had that as a solid circle, but
it's beautiful. I know. I might need to track down this blue and gray one.
You got to do it, man. It's a beautiful figure.
Then I got to get the Robin. It's this whole rabbit hole now.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's so worth it with these guys. Yeah, this is the Batman and Robin, the classic Batman and Robin, to be all, that end all. There's never been a better classic
truth
Batman
be told, I'm
like
not crazy about the Robin head sculpt. Like,
yeah,
I would rather it be like parted to one side instead of straight down the middle.
Right, but it was parted in the middle this time.
Yeah, it was. You're right.
Yeah.
So is head portraits the correct term we're going with now? Because I always say head sculpts, but is it head portraits? Is that really what
some people call them portraits? I'm old school. I still call them head sculpts.
It's like a grinder and a sub and a hoagie. I mean, it's all the same.
Wow.
Yeah, they're all. What? Are you telling me that a hoagie and a sub are the same thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Sammy. Yeah.
And a grinder.
I had no idea.
Grinder's hot.
I've lived my whole life thinking that Bill Cosby used to like hoagies and they were something else. I thought they were a special kind of like sub sandwich that was like a subset of a sub.
No.
I can see how you. I can see how you.
Pennsylvania people that call it hoagies. Everywhere else calls it subs and submarines and.
Yeah, we just say like subs or sandwiches over here.
Well, New York. That's where Bill Cosby was based out of with the Cosby Show, and he called them hoagies.
Yeah.
You got one too many hoagies, Cliff. You got to cut down on the salt, or you're gonna have a heart attack.
Oh, hey Rob, where did you send me a link to that Batman? Was it on Instagram?
Instagram.
All right, hold on a sec. We have another non-McFarlane.
I think I'm
figure to
gonna
look
pick
at.
this up.
Give me a sec, gentlemen.
So what do you think about the undies on Robin? Do you think they're a little too low?
Well,
How do you feel?
they've had to
His
fold
leg,
the,
yeah, he's got little chicken legs right in this image.
I don't mind the chicken legs.
This might have like unsold me on the figure, to be honest with you. I haven't seen this picture, and I'm like, ugh.
Like I don't mind the legs. I think why they did it is because without it, like there wouldn't be enough green because his tunic is like hanging down a little lower, and then if they did the V cut,
it looks a little stubby, if you ask me. It looks a little stubby, you know.
You know what they've done? You can see the shadow there. That's even if it's a picture. That might not be a picture. I feel like that's like kind of a picture, but kind of not.
Oh, you're right.
It's hanging down. They've tucked the chunks under, right? So rather than go with the whole stitch seam and the edge of the trunks, it looks like they've actually tucked them under.
Yeah.
See that?
I'm just glad that there's no leather pleather on this guy. Maybe the cape.
The trunks have paint that's supposed to look a little bit like scales.
Yeah.
Leather scales.
It's a great figure. That's a good looking figure.
Right, like guys, Aquaman. It's got the Aquaman treatment.
Yeah.
The Mezco Aquaman treatment. I do wish that his straps across the chest were actually little strings.
Oh, yeah, that would have been
that
cool.
You could tighten and loosen. I think that'd be fun. Look at me. I'm like a doll guy. I'd like to play with dolls. They're not dolls, they're action figures.
Here we have the Fun Joy. A new player enters the DC action figure. Maybe there.
Yeah, I think they have had other figures before.
So what are we looking at here, Rob?
It's their take on the BvS suit. It looks like.
What scale are we looking at? Like, what do we?
That I don't know because I don't actually own any of their figures. So
I heard it was 112.
Yeah, my guess would be like 6-inch.
It's kind of got a Beast Kingdom vibe to it, honestly.
It does. You're right.
But he's bulky, like he's supposed to be. That's the one thing I did not like about the Mezco Batman from Batman v Superman.
The first
he wasn't bulky enough. Remember?
Yeah. This is the Beast Kingdom one.
The Beast Kingdom one is beautiful.
It's pretty good.
I tore mine apart.
Oh. There you go.
I tore it to bits.
Yeah,
that looks good though. I love the texture of the suit.
Yeah, me too. I think the proportions look great on this guy, and that's for that alone. It's my favorite suit, so like I'm gonna get it no matter who makes it.
Yeah, what about Bruce's head though? Can we go back and look at Bruce's head?
Yeah, he looks a little pale. He looks like he's a little sick.
Yeah,
well, look at the skin though. He looks like he fell asleep with his face on the sidewalk and then woke up, and it's like
I feel like
he looks like a vampire. You know, he kind of looks how he did in the Flash.
But his skin is tired. No, but look at the skin texture.
Yeah,
it's very dented. It's like his gigantic pores, like he had really bad teenage forehead acne, and then like picked at it a lot. Don't pick at your acne, and then he did, and then he got like that.
Yeah, that pocked skin.
His mother
told him not to.
His mother told him not to.
But that head sculpt the Batman head sculpt is fantastic.
Yeah,
the space actually between the nose and the top lip,
it looks so good.
I think it looks just a tad too big. A tad, you know.
Yeah.
It does.
The little cliff, the little.
It's too big. Like the space, the distance from the top lip and the nose seems a little bit big. Like I can't even. If I was Plastic Man, I'd stretch my face around,
but they got the bulkiness of him, which I love. That's the only thing I'm concerned about with the McFarlane one is I feel like it's lacking this bulkiness. I don't know. We got to see it like in hand first, but
does anybody know? If anybody in the chat knows what scale this is, then let us know. If anyone has any like insider knowledge or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it regardless.
See, someone, what scale is this? What's that say?
1/9. Oh, so that would be like Beast Kingdom size.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do with that?
Yeah.
I don't do.
I mean, it's cool, but yeah, it definitely doesn't fit in with McFarlane or anything like that.
Yeah. I do 1/12 and 1/10 generally. That's what I do. So I'd have like a singular Batman, just like standing around like, okay. I'm Batman. Yeah, but I'm not that guy. I'm a completionist, and it's like I can't. I mean, technically, it's complete if I have one, but there's nothing to complete, so this doesn't work for me.
Yeah,
but I might buy it to steal the cape and the fists and some parts.
To cannibalize
Maybe.
it, huh?
Well, I cannibalize a lot of figures. Like everyone, like a lot of people think of me as like the DC figure guy, and I'm really not. Like you are, Ahsoka, because you don't cannibalize your figures.
Are.
You have more than I do now because you can't. I've got a bunch of figures you don't have.
Yeah,
sure, but I cannibalize the crap out of some of mine.
But you are the DC Kid Bash King of Canada, my friend.
Well,
for
our population's not very high, so
no,
that's true.
Here.
His fists are going to be too big.
Yes, I have the old Mafex version of the suit, and I did pre-order the version 2. So yes, I am picking that up.
There's a thumbs up hand. It comes with a thumbs up hand. Did you see that?
Oh, I skipped.
It comes with a thumbs up hand. When did he give a thumbs up?
I
don't recall him doing the whole thumbs up. Yeah, no. I don't recall that.
That doesn't seem accurate.
I don't know.
All right, guys, let's go on.
We have other things to cover.
We got some stuff to talk about, boys. Let's go to the McFarlane Instagram page. We'll start there.
Someone said, if it was Superman, Brad, would you get it?
If it was Superman,
like
and
BvS?
It was comic book version, yes. But BvS, probably not. Not at this stage. I have nowhere to put things.
Yeah, That's
the issue. But... I just have nowhere to put things anymore.
Yeah, we still buy a lot though.
I know, right?
Well, there's a place to put, like, look at that Batman. I will find a place for that.
Sadly,
Batman.
I think what it's going to come down to, because like I go through and I wipe out, and so I usually send you pics when I do this, and then I'll put it in a chest, like to put it away.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna do that and just keep like the classics of like each character that I want out, and then everybody else is going in.
Wait, you mean you keep out like one? You'll keep out like one version of each character?
No. I mean, for Batman and Superman, I show like all the versions, but I'm talking about like
everyone.
How many versions of like weird stuff do we have? Like, I'm talking like metal and that type of stuff. Like, I don't need all that. I just want like the core classics.
You're breaking my heart. I love metal.
I know.
I love metal too. Rob does not.
I'll probably keep those out for a long time.
Like I know Ahsoka likes the weird and obscure. I like weird obscure characters. I just don't like weird.
But I myself am weird and obscure. Sorry.
Of like now that fighting the frozen Batman, that was amazing, and I have him displayed. But like other stuff like that, like I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
They sound so defeated when he said that. I just don't care anymore.
I want just give me the classics, man. I don't need modern versions of characters anymore.
You got it. Whatever you like is what you like.
Yeah. You got if you have to collect what sparks joy.
Yeah. Like I want exactly what Mattel did, but just by McFarlane.
Hey, I mean, nothing wrong with that. By the way, congratulations to Charlie Charles, who won the McFarlane holiday giveaway, apparently.
Ooh, yeah.
Congratulations, my friend. Very cool.
Congratulations, Charles. All
right, now
I'm just saying that, like, I know McFarlane will do it better because they'll have more detail, updated sculpts, and all that type stuff. So I want to see, like, certain figures that they haven't gotten to yet.
And see, for Superman, I'm like, yeah, I've only got about 40 or 50 of them. They're all slightly different. My parents look at them and go, why do you have so many of the same Superman? I'm like, I don't. Okay? I don't. They're all different.
That's like again, Mom.
They got different heads and different capes. Look at them. Like, oh, yeah, I see that. See? Don't mess with the nerd.
No, I don't hate Blue Bee. Because it's a modern character, but he's still a classic, if that makes any sense.
Oh, the movie version.
Well, or even
Reyes version.
Yeah, I always called him Jamie because I didn't know. I'm white and I don't
know. At least you admit it.
Yeah. So like, as I was reading it, and it wasn't until the movie came out that I was like, oh, that's his name. Like, oh, okay. Like I wasn't cultured enough. I don't.
White.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, buddy.
So, but now I know, and knowing's half the battle. But no, Jaime Reyes. Yeah, like I love the character, but it's just I don't need modern, like, I don't know. So now if they did like a Superman family with the modern suits, I thought that was cool. So I would be down for that. I know Brad's probably like cringing right now, but
no, the thing, you know what the thing is though, like I joke around a lot. Like I just want everyone who collects to be happy, right?
Yeah.
With what they're collecting. And I want if same thing with what you're displaying, right? If you feel like you have too much stuff and you're being like encroached upon with too much stuff and it's taking away, like if you have like a bunch of different things out and because they're all there, they're taking away from each other's display ability, then you put things away and only keep out what you really want to shine the most. And then you can just, if you really want to, you can shuffle things around.
You gotta have breathing room, right? You gotta.
Yeah.
Well, right now I have it's like nuts to butts. Like everybody is like that.
Yeah, I did a cleanse a few.
I'm just like, okay, I can see like the first, second, and maybe
nuts to butts.
Yeah.
Never heard that before, but I immediately understood what that is. That's like when you're
it's a photography term for weddings where like, okay guys, nuts to butts. So like they're like standing together. So like we can take pictures and stuff.
There's always someone that has to go makes everyone else feel uncomfortable. Never heard that.
All right, guys, let's move on.
Oh, we got
a shot. Oh, here we go. Do you guys think we will get a reveal of Superman's suit? It's Superman Legacy in March. I think so.
I would think so, just because there's going to be leaks, right? So
yeah.
I think they're going to have to.
And it's best. It's a yawn. Sorry about that. It's best if you're going to have leaks to get out there ahead of the leaks with a better picture.
Yeah.
Right? What?
His figures are displayed as the human centipede.
Whose?
Mine.
Oh, nuts to butts.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's get into the McFarlane toys reveals. For God's sakes, guys, we're having too much fun here. Did we talk about Batfleck?
I think so. I think we talked about the shadow, right?
Yeah. Okay, so here we have the official. Oops. Sorry. What happened there? There we go.
It's great.
What are we thinking? What are we thinking, guys?
Doesn't have that completely shiny wash like a lot of people thought it had. It looks like it's a bit more matte.
Yeah, I'm happy
I like
it. It looks like it's got a black wash over it.
Black wash, and I like the gold belt. Honestly, I know it's not completely accurate, but I do like it.
I'm obviously getting to one to keep stock and one to customize.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna put that Muff Toys head on it.
That's exactly
cape, a wired cape.
I was gonna say, it's waiting. It's waiting. I have to give Batman this head.
Well, do you have the neck piece too?
Yeah, I got them as separate. I didn't want to get them as one.
Yeah, I'm wondering how the neck piece is like, if we can sand it down to be able to give it that look.
Well, I mean, there are options. Like I might take that head sculpt. I might put this on. I still might put this on my Mezco, but
yeah,
it's a beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's just a gorgeous head sculpt.
It's amazing.
Gorgeous. And I don't know how these people do this.
Yeah,
I can't. Like, this is wizardry to me. This can even exist. For
the McFarlane figure, what kind of concerns me is the Brad, what do you call those? The butterfly. They're not butterfly joints.
No, they're sockets. They're just
socket covers.
Yeah,
they seem extremely large, and I don't know if it's just the posing that they're doing for these photos, but he really seems like this instead of like this or whatever. Well, I think they were trying to get that accentuated neck. Maybe, I don't know.
Sometimes the sockets are too small, which I don't like. You know what I mean? Like when you put their arms down and then you can see the socket like popping out of the body.
Yeah,
I don't like that. And I'm hoping that this Batman's not like that. I'm hoping that it's, at least tight enough that you can move the sockets all around and it doesn't pop out. But no, you can move those sockets and arms up and down so we can have broader shoulders or whatever. Because he had really broad shoulders in the movie.
Yeah, he did.
But those are big sockets. Yeah, look at the bottom left corner picture.
Yeah.
That's a big socket. Yeah, you're right. They're probably trying to accentuate the wideness.
Yeah, I think it's it looks great, but I'm just a little concerned about the the thickness of
Yeah, he looks too slender, is what you're
a little
saying.
slender. He looks like year 2 Ben Affleck Batman. You know what I mean? Like
Maybe, yeah.
a little bit, but
Yeah.
I think overall it's beautiful though. I like the texture. I mean, this isn't my favorite Ben Affleck suit. I actually prefer the one from Justice League.
I mean, I like them both, but this is my favorite.
Yeah, this one's more rough and rugged looking.
Yeah,
and more
I like
fabricated
the
looking.
cowl design better on
Yes.
the BvS.
Sorry,
I think that's perfection. I think I like the one in BvS is perfection.
Yeah,
that looks pretty great actually from this angle.
I don't think that in real life they could have designed a better Batman.
I think the figure looks too not angular but square, like a squared off body instead of like a total.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I feel like the back V portion of his body, it's hard to tell if it's in shadow or not, because when you look at it from the side, it's definitely there's some V there. Maybe it could be more V'd, but they've probably mucked around.
Yeah, his upper body, like his pectorals in the movie were like just massive, and they were like almost
huge,
like right here, just like. I mean, if you watch the movie, he doesn't. This needs to be Rob Liefeld's up, like some. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with Rob Liefeld. My God. Like that one ridiculous picture of Captain America.
Yeah, we need some of that injected into this.
A little bit, a tad.
Yeah.
You know? But I still think it looks great though. Like it's overall.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be happy with it, but
that's a big Batarang. Look at that thing.
Yeah. No.
Well, all their Batarang.
That's your XL Batarang.
I think
looks like it's made out of big piece of foam.
I don't know if it was maybe it was Mr. G Toys or somebody. He was trying to create smaller hands, and he was running into the issue that the plastic was like failing because like it couldn't get the form enough because it wasn't thick enough for like enough plastic. So that's probably why they make larger hands and larger weapons, is because it's got to hold up for kid play and stuff too.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And pull test.
Yeah,
not just kid play. They test it. They have to do the pull test, and if it comes off, then although technically, I mean, comes off really easy.
But like you have your high-end figures, they're not made for toys or like retail, so they don't have to have the same standards.
No, if it's sold in the toy aisle, it's got a different standard.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, I definitely think this is going to spawn a BvS wave for sure. Like,
yeah.
I mean, now that we've seen, I mean, if they've done Batman and Robin, they started with the most obscure, not the most obscure Batman movie, the least well-performing Batman movie, and made a whole wave from that. They're definitely going to do all of them. I can't see why they wouldn't.
I mean, we didn't really get like a proper Wonder Woman either, with the sword and the sheath or whatever.
Yeah, I want to see a new sculpt.
Yeah,
give me a new sculpt for Wonder Woman. I mean, the last one they did was better. Like the legs were a lot better.
Yeah,
but she wasn't wearing her tiara, and so we all had to customize it. So give us a really good Wonder Woman with a properly sized and shaped head with a tiara that is like on her head, right? And I think people will like it a lot more.
All right, what do we?
I never pre-ordered this.
Dude, this is my favorite scene from that movie. Like,
it's a good scene. Yeah,
him jumping out, I just love it. And listen, does this look like Christian Bale?
Know what this reminds me of is that one where it's that one part where he's like, "Ooh, yeah," like you know what I'm talking about, like,
"Oh no,"
where Christian Bale is just like,
"Oh, that's right,"
like that's what that looks like.
Yeah, you're right. That from American Psycho, right?
Yeah.
You're right. See, you're right. Yeah, there's definitely like glimpses of Christian Bale. Is it perfect? No, but
I don't really care that much.
Yeah.
Did you guys pre-order the Bat Pod with Catwoman?
I did.
I did not yet. It was too much money, and I didn't have any money at the time.
There's Todd, not on this page, but Todd talked about the gold label version of where it's just her. and
What's the
he showed
difference?
it. Well, her hair's different because on this, her hair's like windswept so that she can look up while she's riding the bat pod.
Yeah.
But she'll also come with like more accessories, and I think the mask flips up so she gets like the bigger, pointier cat
that's
ears.
cool.
That is a sexy bat pod.
Yeah. I mean, it's an expensive bat pod. If we got to be, we got to be.
I
mean, it should have the same like tire like width of the tumbler, right? Because that's where
it should. Yeah, it was born out of the bat.
Yeah,
the tumbler. I'm so curious though. Like, obviously, this was pricey. It was $70 for both.
American.
Like, yeah, I'm like, is it the vehicles or like I was thinking about Marvel? I remember they used to do so many vehicles, like motorcycles, for Marvel Legends, like Wolverine with his motorcycle, and all that seems to have is gone. Like, is it just the price? No one wants to do retail. Doesn't want these anymore.
Well, the Batmobile from the Flash, it didn't come with a figure, but what did that retail for? I forget. Was that 30?
It was
40?
No, it was like 40 or 50 maybe. Probably. It wasn't. No, it must have been. I don't remember. It was cheaper than.
No, that wasn't 40 or 50 for the bat. It was like 60, wasn't it?
It was 60. You're right. It's got to be 60.
Yeah, it was like 60.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, American again.
American, yeah.
You have to remember that whatever you guys are paying,
69
more.
Yeah, I'm. Again, is it one of those things where this retail didn't want it, so that's why it's an exclusive?
Or it's because putting this together is like stupid, and they only wanted to make a certain amount.
Possibly, yeah. They haven't really said if it's.
It does look good. I just don't.
GameStop will get it in Canada.
I pre-ordered it and then it canceled, and now I'm like regretting it because like I don't have room.
Yeah.
And
man, when you get the tumbler though, you're gonna want.
Oh, you had to make it. You had to just show it in that light. Mr. Completion is now.
I'm sorry. I mean, sorry guys.
I am excited about it, and I do want to get it, but I couldn't afford it at the time.
Yeah.
So I'll have to.
Let me see if it's still up for order on the McFarlane site.
Well, even if it's not, like this kind of thing, it'll say it's an exclusive, but they still show up at our GameStop in Canada. Like that's
okay.
Remember, we got SDCC exclusives in Canada at our GameStop.
It is still available on the site, Rob. But Brad, you're right. You got GameStop. Guys, curious.
I mean, the tires are going to be rubber, right? They usually are.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait, but I've still got the Mattel version.
Oh, the good old Mattel. I mean, honestly, that Mattel tumbler still holds up, I think.
Mine's
I only had the Imaginex bat pod.
You had the Imaginex one too?
Yeah, I did.
I love that.
I do have the SH Figuarts.
You got the Figuarts one. That was the one to get.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah,
it's like it is. I don't know the best pictures here, but it moves. So like this one is.
It would be cool if the tires can spin and like.
Oh yeah.
In the movie.
I gotta really dust this thing, but yeah, this thing is just.
Sick. I'll be honest. Like I think it's ugly as shit. Like
Bat pod.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with like. It has nothing to do with like the toy like. At all. It's just I always never liked the look of the bat pod.
Dude, I love the look of the bat pod.
And beyond being completely honest, like I don't like any of the designs for the Nolan films. Like
okay. None of them, huh?
I love the movies. Don't get me wrong. Like
I
absolutely love the movies. But his bat suits are the worst in my opinion.
Wow.
You're gonna get hate mail. You're gonna get hate.
I mean, it's one of my favorite movies for sure. Is the Dark Knight?
You don't like the Dark Knight suit?
No, I don't.
I would have to say, in my opinion, yeah, the Dark Knight suit. I liked the first one for the overall look, but I didn't like the second and third movies suits that much because they look like hockey gear to me, or they look not hockey gear, but they look like dirt bike clothes.
I don't know, man. Yeah. I also like the Dark Knight suit better than the Ben Affleck suit, to be honest with you.
Well, what it is. No, some people really like that segmented look.
I mean, I have the action figures because I think they're awesome and they are so well done. And I even saw the Bat Pod at Warner Brothers Studio. But it like I
Doesn't do anything for
I
you.
only took one photo of it, and that was it. And then I was over at the Keaton Mobile, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
Hey, for me, the Keaton Schumacher stuff is
Yeah.
still my absolute favorite. It's like
Yeah.
comic booky, bat-shaped vehicles. After, once the Dark Knight started, everything looks militaristic. You
Yeah.
know, like I love the BvS Batmobile though, but that
Yeah,
feels like
the-
it's, to me
that
that's
one
like the
is
Tumbler, and Keaton's Batmobile had a baby. That's what
Yeah.
the BvS one is. Sorry.
Now I'm
Yes,
starting to
I
look at
agree
this
with
like I wish
Josh.
I could
Josh
get it.
says the Begin suit is better than the Dark Knight suit. I tend to agree, except I
Yeah.
don't like the clasps or
Yeah, I don't
whatever
like
they're
the
called.
neck. It's too the neck.
The
of
neck does
Begin.
feel very long.
Yeah. Man, I love this. I love the Tumbler. I have this and the Hot Toys Tumbler. That's how much I love the Tumbler.
You got the Hot Toys one.
I do. I
That
love.
my goodness.
Dude, I love I love the Bat Pod. I love it in the movie.
I mean, I love how it
both of them.
moved in the movie
Oh,
and everything.
So dope.
It's just,
I mean,
Same
is it
thing
the
with
most?
the Batmobile, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it doesn't have that bat flair. Like
100%
we're
agree
so
with you
used
there,
to
yeah.
like the
Yeah.
wings and stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I
you're
mean?
right. You're right about that.
But trying to like incorporate and hide the bat look into the vehicle is like getting old now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it
like.
was
I
a
want my
very-
Batmobile to
yeah.
look like a Batmobile again.
He did
you know?
start that the trend, right? Like I don't.
Yeah.
He never intended it. Obviously, Christopher Nolan. Like
Yeah,
he made
he's
those.
trying to ground everything.
Yeah, for his
That's
movies.
exactly
But you're
it.
right. Everyone else took
Yeah.
it too far. Like, yes, bring me back a bat-shaped vehicle, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, then the Batman took it even further down to where it doesn't even, like his Batmobile.
Yeah, it's just
like
a car.
like a hot
I mean,
rod.
it does have the wings in the back, kind
Yeah,
of.
kind
Yeah.
of.
Kind of. You can see the bat motif there, but yeah, definitely. But the next one, it'll be a better. The Batmobile is going to be, I believe, more like a Batmobile for the second movie.
I mean, I would argue that the Tumbler looks more like a bat vehicle than like the Patterson Batmobile.
Yes,
Like-
I agree with that.
No, I disagree with both you guys from that one
Really?
for sure.
Really?
If
Yeah,
we were going
because
back,
I've seen plenty of muscle car Batmobiles, so they're accurate.
What-
Whereas,
like-
What was Ahsoka? I sent you the Batmobile that I want McFarlane to make. It's the classic one from the 80s.
Oh yeah, the 90s one or
Yeah,
the
the
90s
I
80s,
think I know
90s.
which one you're talking about.
It's blue. It's got the
Yeah.
really
Yes.
shaped wings like that
Yeah,
with the bat face. That's the one
yeah.
that I want more than anything.
was
Yeah.
it?
I'm
Was
pretty
it
excited
the-
for the new Batmobile
the-
we're gonna get.
I can't
Let me show-
pronounce
let me-
the dude's name. I can't.
Here, I can share my screen. I think I have it here, Rob. Is it this one?
Yes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
That's-
need
that's a
McFarlane
classic.
to make that,
yeah.
and I would be happy.
Ooh. I mean, that'd be awesome. I don't think it's gonna
Yeah.
happen, but like, that'd be dope.
Yeah,
See, and I want the one from the first Batman game, the first Arkham game.
because
Oh,
wasn't he driving that in Nightfall?
yes,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it gets destroyed in Night's
Yeah.
End, right?
I think so.
Yeah, but Azrael blows him up.
But I mean, it looks so awesome, and it's
It's
just
dope.
it's so
dope.
iconic.
You're iconic. Sorry.
he just throws a little sideways compliment in there. You're iconic.
All right, let me share my screen. All right, so a lot of people on this screen.
So, I don't know,
Apparently,
like,
are not a fan of
I
the
kinda-
Batbot. But you still want it though, even though you don't
I
like
do.
it.
Yeah, I do. Like,
That's a true collector, my friend. Even though you don't support the design, the Batman enthusiast in you is like,
yes,
I gotta
I'm gonna
have it.
get
I
it.
gotta have it.
I
I
know,
feel the
'cause
same way
I-
about Patterson. I would still buy that Batmobile if McFarlane makes it, even though I don't
Oh,
really
yeah.
like it. You gotta buy it.
because I need that. I have the garage already set up, like
Yeah.
of all the
Yeah,
Bat stuff,
yeah.
Batmobiles. So, yeah, I'm a sucker for Batmobiles, though.
Hey,
Yeah.
dude, me
I
too,
love.
man.
Yeah, me too. I've got almost all of them, almost now.
The only problem is I had to put like some of them away, like the Legends of the Dark Knight.
That's an
Batmobile.
awesome one.
I had to put that
Oh.
one in storage just because I had to like get the 66 in there.
Well, I just focus now on like movie Batmobiles as far as being a completist. But it's like trying to collect every Batmobile from every.
No, I mean if McFarlane made that what I call Nightfall Batmobile, like that would be my cream of the crop, like my number one.
Guys, if anyone from McFarlane is watching the stream, Rob D Toys.
And they're willing to invest.
Next time I see Todd, I'm definitely going to pitch that. For sure.
Like a Rob over name. Next time I see Todd at IT.
Yeah,
sorry. What are you doing over there, buddy? What do you got in your hands over there?
Oh no, it's this is blue tack. A big ball of it. I stim with this and I use it a lot, but I stim with it. So I
don't have blue tack. I have white tack.
It's so nice to stretch it. It's like it stretches like bubble gum when you get it worked in.
So Ahsoka, you pre-ordered those though, right?
I did. I did the bundle because it was $80 for Catwoman, the Batpod, and Christian Bale.
I know, like
that wasn't a bad deal. I thought. Not the best deal, but it's like
it does look good. It does look good. I'm just trying to like only get what I want.
Good luck with that.
I know. I want this so bad.
I am in the middle. Whether I'm gonna get it, I like the colors better.
Yeah, it almost looks like the translucent a little bit.
It is. No, it is like the torso.
Yeah,
and the abdomen
is like it's almost perfect. It's that the logo's still wrong.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad that they fixed the hair. Granted,
the hair looks great.
I did my own hair that way.
Yeah,
like I painted it, and
it looks cool the way he like this whole pose right here. It's like, damn, I want this.
And I had a custom head sculpt made. Can't remember if that one was from Mudman or Customs by Martin. I'm pretty sure they both offered the same head sculpt.
The best.
Pardon? Yeah, they
are two of the best.
Yeah, I feel like Customs by Martin would have a store in New York, and it just has Customs by Martin on the door. But it's locked, and you press a button to get in. It's like a gallery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the way I vision Customs by Martin.
Yeah, his work is otherworldly. Yeah, maybe I will pre-order it. Yeah, I think I will.
I'm this close to pre-ordering that Dream Mum-Ra just because of the translucent. Well, I watched an interview with Brian, and he's like, we had to do it just because every figure looks 10 times better in translucent plastic. I'm like, thank you, Brian. That is
I love
exactly
how much of a translucent fan you are, buddy.
I am.
I like translucent parts. I like when the figure's hand is translucent, or
give us hand water Aquaman.
Yes, that would be dope. I like the whole figure though being translucent.
Yeah,
I'm stealing a hand off of the one Aquaman figure from the movie. It's already.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's just both of his hands, stealth. Both for stealth suit, they both could pass as water hands. So I could have a water hand one.
That's good.
Did I just give you an idea, Rob?
I think you did.
Yeah. Easy peasy hand switch.
That's an easy little custom job there.
Heat it up, boil and pop, hand swap.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care about the black and not the black and white.
The glow in the dark.
Glow in the dark. Like that doesn't
or whatever.
do anything for me.
This doesn't excite you looking at your figure like this and looking at it look pink?
No. But what does excite me is the fact that it's a brighter green and translucent. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The more comic accurate, the better is what I always say.
Here we have what's
Stoked.
this name? The Rival.
Yeah. Stoked.
I don't know anything about the Rival, so I'm
neither.
I'm indifferent to this one. But people seem excited.
I'm stoked because, for one, I like having more villains for Flash.
Yeah.
But on top of that, look at that tone of blue and red.
Yeah, that's very rich, very nice.
The only I love that. The only thing is the boots. The boots are brown.
Actually, I looked into your claim. They're not brown. They are maroon, the dreaded maroon.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they should be the same color as his shirt.
The smile's great. The head's
they seem a tad darker. It looks like Joker Flash, eh? Joker J.
Yeah.
But
now you just gave them an idea. A Jokerized Jay Garrick.
That's what we're missing so far this year, guys. We need some more Jokerized figures in our life.
See something like this, I'm like,
they need
who the
they
hell
need
is
to
that?
Jokerize like other figures that aren't just in the Bat family.
That'd be pretty
Why
cool,
not do
actually.
it? Why not do a con exclusive Jokerized Justice League box set with the already existing sculpts and just turn them into like they've all inhaled that Joker toxin?
Yeah.
So don't like completely Jokerize them and make everything green. I think that
make it like
I don't-
comic
I think
specific,
it'd be kinda
like
cool.
yeah, like
Okay.
they've all got the Joker smile, right? And their suits are a little bit different because they've just, I don't know, been in a battle with the Joker. I don't know. But yeah, Justice League Jokerized.
All right, next up, we have Cassandra Cain.
Cloth goods cape.
Yeah.
You know, this one I'm a little here's the thing. You know,
That
Cassandra
meme.
Cain, she's supposed to be a little shorter, a little like
Shorter,
you know,
yes.
a little ball of fire.
I know where you're going with this.
You know, this was a little bit tall. I know they're using the Wave 1 Batgirl, which is honestly my favorite Batgirl. Love that figure so much.
Yes.
It's definitely that was a tall Batgirl, and it's just a little tall. This is like a grown up Cassandra.
Well,
Cain.
you can always
isn't she literally one of the shortest of the Bat family?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna drill. I've already planned for that. I'm gonna drill into her ankles and set her ball joints up inside. And I'm actually gonna get the DC Direct.
Brad, you gotta make sure no
Batgirl.
one ever hears that snippet without context. You know what I mean?
What?
I'm gonna drill into her ball joints, and you know. God damn it!
My wife would call you a Rudy. You're a Rudy.
That's cute.
Yeah, and then you can replace the belt, right? You get the DC Direct version of this one, and you can replace the belt. The only thing is, and someone pointed this out, yeah, you can see the holes where the old cape used to go into, which is like,
oh, I didn't even notice that.
Right.
Yeah,
that's not good. That should have been fixed.
Yeah, I mean, you can even if you fix it with epoxy or whatever, like and paint it black, it's not going to be the same black.
No, because that's like a plastic black.
Yeah,
you could technically melt some black plastic in there and let it cool and fill the holes, though.
They should have just gone with like a new different
or
scale
black
body
wax.
buck, you know, for the ladies, a little smaller one. That could be.
So would you have been okay if they used the Three Jokers Batgirl?
I mean, I still ordered this, obviously, because you know I got to. But
Yeah.
that would have been better because like the Wave 1 Batgirl is just so tall, like it's just, you know, it looks like she's just so tall.
And she's not even really Batgirl anymore.
Yeah, I mean it's a beautiful figure, but I think the Three Jokers one would have been a better choice. But
I don't know. I like her.
The cape actually looks like the best material that we've seen in a cape.
It's still the underoos material.
Is it?
Yeah. But what I want to do is what I think they should do, the material that they're currently using for their superpower. Make the capes out of those. Because it's not the ribbon material anymore. It's like it's very close to being part. They have access to the fabric clearly, so why not do a run of figures with the cape like that and then see what the public interest is? And if people like it, then cool with it. And if they don't, then you've tried something new. But I've never really been a big fan. You can see look at the holes in the fabric.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never been a fan of that look. I want it to look the same on both sides.
You don't want wick-away capes.
Is that what that material is? Wick-away?
It kind of is what it reminds me of.
Like sports material?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm trying to look at.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. That sounds like a science fiction movie where
there's some better
swing away. See, look at the boots. That's the dreaded maroon right there.
I actually kind of like that.
It does work with that.
It does look good.
Yeah, it looks great.
I just call it dreaded maroon because I don't like maroon.
You're right. I do kind of want to get this now to swap the head with the other J.
Yeah,
and I love the other J, but this is like
because that one's comic accurate too.
Well, then you take Red Tornado's boots. Right.
Yeah.
So I got to put hands on him. I gave him gloves, guys, gloves. But this is like painted gold. So you just literally pop the boots off, remove all the paint, and you have red boots to go with him. Now, will the red match? Probably not.
Because that looks like a metallic-y red,
but
maroon.
You could take those pants, put them on the lighter red, which I know Jay Garrick does wear a slightly darker red, but put them on the lighter red from the first one with these boots, and these boots would much more match.
Yeah.
Not perfectly, but much more match the first one. So, I mean, it's still doable to have, Buccaneer boots.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
I'm going to leave one as is, though, for sure. Because it is a cool looking figure.
Yeah.
It's I know, now you got me thinking about it, honestly. Like it's
Oh, did you not pre-order it?
I didn't, because I wasn't that interested in it until I saw this picture just now.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, damn, those boots are cool.
Yeah.
Like,
and the color, the color palette is fantastic. I love that. It's a slightly darker yellow than the original.
Yeah.
Let's see
darker
what people
red.
in the chat are saying about this one. I want to make a custom with the helmet and an unmasked Jay Garrick. So
yeah, the helmet looks like more chrome, and like the earpiece looks like it's gold instead of yellow. It could be just the lighting, though. I don't know.
It does look a little more silvery. Yeah, a little more chromy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone was asking about the wired cape for
yes.
Let's go back to that for a second.
I'm
sorry. There's more pictures here. I didn't even click to.
There should be other pictures than just that too.
Yeah.
If we go into the
Target,
the white product shots.
Yeah, the product shots.
Oh,
going to.
That is a beautiful shot. I wish that Todd would share my pictures sometimes, but I don't take this. He shares people that take really great pictures, and mine are more thumbnail-esque.
Let me go to the McFarlane site real quick so we can get some better pictures of Batgirl. Yeah, your stuff you take great shots, bro.
Yeah, but I highly edit mine to make a thumbnail out of them. I guess this is highly edited too, right? I mean, the snow.
I would say that's highly edited.
It definitely looks like it's highly edited. You got the exposure on that has been changed for sure. It's been definitely color corrected. The lights have been lit up. Snow's been. That looks like actual like fake snow though. They took a picture of. I don't think that's like fake. I don't think that's PNG snow.
The plastic rip grinds is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. Here's some better shots. Let's go to Batgirl first.
See, that belt is going to drive some people mad, like purists.
Yeah.
But I think
see. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I like the double belt buckle better.
I do. I like this belt a lot. I know it's not accurate, but I think it looks cool.
Yeah. I think it looks cool too, but yeah. And like the boots are the same, it's just painted black.
Like, and you can technically steal a double belt buckle off of, because I've already got one just sitting here waiting from Batman of Zaranar.
See, this is the DC Direct.
That belt is perfect because it's way too big on her,
right?
Which means it will be perfect.
I mean, it was supposed to be big, but she like stole it from Batman, right? Or was that part of the story? Am I making that up?
Is that a thing? Really? That happened?
I don't know. I probably not. I think I made that up. Because it looks kind of looks
How do
like
you just make that?
I don't know.
Let's go back, Ahsoka. How does one just make that up?
But it totally looks like she did, right? Like she made a makeshift Batman costume.
So you're like, you just filled in the blanks essentially.
Maybe. I don't know if that's true.
Her origin. How did she
showed up in No Man's Land?
Yes, I remember that. That's all I remember.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but I feel like maybe she did. I don't know, because that looks like Batman's belt, and she's just
gigantic.
Those too big.
Now she's orphan.
Yeah.
I
love this figure still.
Carpenter belt Batman.
But wasn't that Recon though?
No Man's Land?
No, orphan. Like that. Like her dad.
Oh.
Her dad died, and then so she took up his name.
Oh, I did not know that. I mean, this looks like a really cool grown-up Batgirl. You know what I mean? Like the height of the figure.
But again, you can shorten her. You just giving her different feet.
Brad, I gotta keep it stock, buddy.
And I won't go to that.
It's still I like it a lot though.
I mean, as much as McFarlane's out of scale already, I have a ton standing together. It doesn't bother me. I mean,
you're right.
It should. Granted, but on my shelf, everything's haphazard. I have no rhyme or reason to any of my. Brad, you would have a conniption fit if you came over to my house.
Of course I would. You've shown me how you have things, and I'm like, that's
yeah. I got a Mezco with a Mafex with a McFarlane, all in the same, next to each other.
That is, you can't know.
I do.
You can't.
Oh, I do.
Look, I've got mine are for the most part separated by brand.
His are separated by year of comic release.
Man, I would if I could, but yeah, like I've got like my heroes are all up here, up top there.
Yeah,
that's like, and
that
like
cape
one of
does
each.
Look awesome.
It is. It's awesome.
Now, like just seeing that, I want McFarlane to make the what is it? The I always forget their names. It's the a Japanese cartoon.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
With the hawks
hentai
or whatever.
Yeah. No. What's hentai?
Yeah.
Wasn't it like Planet
with
of
the white helmet? Right.
Yeah. Chat. What am I thinking of? What's the
white
name?
helmets? Like
the clear visor. They like birds.
Oh.
Wasn't it Planet of something? Now I gotta look this up.
What do they call it? What's that kind of Japan anime where whatever it is? Manga, yeah. What was the thing? Hentai?
He says G-Force. Someone says G-Force.
G-Force, I think that's right, yeah. Battle of the Planets.
All right, let's go on.
Yeah, I would love to see McFarlane tackle that just with this type cape stuff. I think that would look awesome.
Let's get into. We've caught up in the timeline to today.
We'll keep that McFarlane website because we'll go back for more.
I just Googled hentai.
You're right.
Don't do that.
So let's talk about the Superpowers figures. And you want me to go to the McFarlane site, Rob, to show them?
If it's going to show more, yeah, especially for the bug.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's important. That is important.
All right.
Based on the images that you sent me.
Yeah, from you're right. You're gonna want to see the box up close. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. There's a bit of a giveaway in the back there.
Oh, I got it.
Yes, I Googled it, Jagger. I didn't know what it was.
All right. So here we are. So February 1st, and we already have a new wave of amazing. This is probably one of the coolest waves of anything.
Very diverse.
I think has done. Like, holy shit. And Toysha has pointed this out, that this is pretty much Panic in the Sky, Brainiac.
Yes.
And I'm like, God dang it, Toysha. That was like I totally had forgotten about that.
I love Panic in the Sky.
I love how there's two Brainiacs.
All right, let's go through each
now,
one. So,
does this might not have Sinestro on here because wasn't that like in a
surprise?
We'll get to him. What do you think about this Batman?
I like it.
Yeah,
I don't like the mold. I think that head is way too small.
Why is his belt upside down?
I like the.
I don't know.
It's the Japanese manga style.
And things are upside down in Japan.
No, because look at the picture. They're not upside down. Someone cocked up when they put this figure together, and then they took photos of it. Cocked up.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But I do like the color palette. I think it looks nice.
The only thing I'm not digging is the white lines on top of the boots. I think it is, and on the gloves, but it is.
I kind of like it. I kind of like it. All right, let's go back to.
I especially love the upside down belt.
Then we got a freaking Brainiac, like classic, freaking.
The one we should have gotten like 35 years ago, 40 years ago.
They never did a Brainiac in the original line?
Well, we did. We got Robot Brainiac that if you squeeze his arms too much, they break.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we never got classic Brainiac like this. No.
Look at that. This colors.
It popped.
And then remember how like they said that the robots, was it Jeff Johns that did he wrote it, that the robots were thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
They were like they were his emissaries. They weren't actually him. They carried his brain wherever he needed it to be.
Right.
Which I liked.
Yeah.
I really liked that retcon.
Yeah.
You know, it was really.
I thought it was smart to bring like the classic back.
Yeah. I love how cranial his head looks.
Yeah. Yes.
I dig it. I dig the cranial head.
I'm sorry, I lost the thing for a second. Let's go back. Okay, sorry. There we go. So that is just beautiful.
We actually might have to just go to McFarlane's store website just to like see all the figures.
We'll get there.
I wonder if he's going to make bicycle shorts.
Actually, let's just head over to the McFarlane site.
It should have all of these.
Yeah, it's pretty. There's not too much more.
I pre-ordered mine while I was at physiotherapy. I was sitting on the bike, and I was like, "Oh, these are live. I better pre-order them now before they're gone."
This is a cute picture of Todd right here with his superpowers.
He's got his toys.
That Sinestro repaint is amazing. I just wish the belt was silver. It's not technically a belt, but you know what I mean.
The belt area.
The Cassandra Kane spinning video is on the McFarlane Toys website, not the McFarlane store website. The McFarlane.
Go to the
Look at how happy he looks. He looks so happy playing with these things and pulling them out.
I mean, this is kind of like what you want, like growing up. Like, look at this.
Yeah,
it looks like something you would find on the beach if Brainiac had he made a world like his own. They'd be crawling on the beach in place of crabs.
Dude, I will say that I saw the Bug and the Brainiac ship in person at Toy Fair.
Yeah,
and that thing is amazing. Like the pull string that he's about to show, such a great idea, and the fact that you hit the button and it flies back up, it's awesome.
Yeah, and the figure goes slam off the bottom of the.
Yeah, but like if you look inside, you can see like where the trap, like the hatch is. It's so awesome.
I love that. And this bug,
that's awesome.
This bug is not 100% scale, but it is pretty close, I think.
Yeah, and you'll definitely be able to put more figures in there, just like laying down and stuff too.
Yeah, like the ones that are napping.
Yeah. Hey, I did that all the time in like my.
I know you throw as many in as you can. I used to have the Bionic 6 van.
No, like the Thunder Tank. Just pile them all in.
Just throw them all in, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now look at this. Yep. Look at this is a freaking Go label. Look at this thing, dude. Those Brainiac colors.
Yeah, I love it. Very
cool. I love this
Very
Brainiac with the cape and stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah. Is this the viral Docs Brainiac? Was that his name?
I think you're right.
Is that how you pronounce it? Viral Docs? I've been pronouncing it wrong my whole life.
I don't think I've ever said that like out loud, but
well,
it sounded right to me.
Yeah,
viral. That's how I always thought.
I guess you think viral, you think computer virus, and he is. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
I could be wrong.
Viral Docs.
Viral. But this is just so. This is freaking phenomenal.
I love how he tries to use. Side note: the white font that was used with the old school Superpowers stuff. I like how he tries to use that because reproducing the red, yellow, and blue, stripes is pretty easy, right? But getting that font right is challenging. Because that's an old ass font from like the 70s that they
shout out
in the 80s.
To the graphic designers of the packaging.
Yeah, fantastic.
All right, then of course the Beetle ship. Oh yeah, we got to go back to the.
Look at him hanging there. Oh no, it's stuck.
I know what you're thinking, Rob. Hold on a sec, buddy.
No, if you go, but there's also more figures.
Okay,
too.
What does that do? See the front there, the little gray thing on the front. That looks like an action point.
It does.
Do you have inside information that you're not sharing?
No, I don't think it does anything. I think it's just the thing.
Maybe that's how you open the wings up, isn't it? No,
that's the back, the button on the back.
It's got "I Love New York" sticker on it.
Yeah, right on his butt.
Oh, dude, that is nice.
That's beautiful. I feel bad for the
might
people that
very
use the
well be the best vehicle.
Yeah, if this doesn't win a toy award, then I'll be surprised.
It's just so much fun, right? Like, this
is what's that word that's used? Toyetic.
Toyetic.
People use that word toyetic. This is very toyetic. Yeah, I love it.
There is a box picture too. Yeah.
And let's face it, this is one of the vehicles that fans have been clamoring for years.
Yep, they're
Trying to get a good bug.
Go the other way.
Oh.
The other way.
The other way.
Right there.
There it is.
Okay, zoom in.
Hold on, I can zoom in. Hold on.
Zoom in.
Hold on.
Okay, we should full screen what we're doing here.
There
too.
you go.
You see it? Do you guys see that?
And
Guys,
also look in the window.
Reveal because of our
Look at
zoom
the window.
We got Booster Gold accompanying Ted Cord.
Yeah, other known as Brent and Brad.
Brent and Brad.
Sorry, that's me and my best friend.
Oh, right. But yeah,
That's
blue and gold, baby. So we're obviously getting a Booster Gold figure. Superpowers.
I am stoked.
And like, clearly it's done. It just
what's so funny is that, like, do you have people or Brad like that are younger comment on your photos like, I don't understand, this doesn't have enough articulation?
You know, not on these anymore.
I haven't posted very much Superpowers stuff yet. I'm waiting. I'm going to do a gigantic Superpowers video because every time I go to make one, more stuff comes out. So I've started like 2 different videos and I haven't made one yet. So I can't say I've experienced it yet.
Because I constantly am getting like not emails, texts, or even comments in the pictures, and it's like, guys, you have to realize this is what we grew up with when we were kids, and this is like a retro. And they're like, oh, okay, I understand. And
it's not even designed for younger kids. Well, younger kids, yes, but not like the teenage and like 20-year-old collector market in mind, really. It's us, like, it's just bogeys.
Yeah, like the 40-year-olds are like losing our minds over this stuff. And it's like, to me, this actually might surpass the DC Multiverse line for me as an enjoyment, because I am loving everything they're doing. Because you said, Brad, this is very toyetic.
Yes.
This is so nostalgic, and
and
they honestly don't take up a lot of space either, which is great.
No. Yeah. You know, if you had to downsize and go live in a motorhome because the prices of everything is getting so expensive, it's a lot easier to take your Superpowers figures with you than your DC Multiverse.
And the Superpowers figures alone I think are $9.99.
It's funny because I like this line a lot, but I guess I'm not that much into nostalgia. Because like
did you not have them as a kid?
No, I had them, and like I loved all the stuff that you guys loved. But like, if I look around, everything I have is very like, it's all modern stuff. Like I don't buy anything that has like a.
So you don't have any. You don't have any Total Justice.
No, nothing.
I love those. I have almost all the Total Justice figures.
I think if I had more room, I probably would have more.
Well, Brad, you saw like my Kenner stuff and then my Mattel stuff.
Yeah,
that's all like that line.
Oh yeah.
I think because I love the 7-inch figures. Like the DC, to me, DC Direct is my like true collecting love is from them. So like I think that's why I like that scale of figure. I think. But anyways,
these are
this is
fun
amazing
because they're like these are
pocket. And I think what I love about this is that like for them to make that at a 7-inch scale would just be like way too
big. Yeah.
Like
look how fun this is.
Perfect.
Like he's got even a trap door right there.
Admit it though, you guys would buy it though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You talking?
I mean, I would. If it was 7-inch scale, I would buy it for sure.
That picture right there,
go
back. It with him standing there is probably my favorite picture out of all of them.
Yep. I love Blue Beetle. I love Ted Cord. When Ted Cord got shot in the head,
I know.
I was so pissed. I was so pissed. Too. I was like, "You shot Ted Cord in the head, you bastards!"
But I love
shoot him. Shoot
Jaime
somebody
Reyes.
else.
Like I do love Jaime. Like don't get me wrong. Like, but man, Ted is Cord, like.
Though.
Jaime's great, but I mean, he's got a freaking Steve Ditko designed costume for God's sakes. Like, you know, you can't get more classic than that. All right, Kilowog. Another surprise.
I'm loving this.
Like this is dope. This is
Green Lantern's my jam.
Yeah.
We got a Kilowog.
The greens are a tad more green though. I know some people like the more muted green. I like it just a little bit more
I
green.
don't mind either way. I mean, yeah, I would like them to be consistent regardless, but
yeah, which they are, right? Kilowog here is the same color as Hal Jordan, so
yeah,
keep it that way, right?
Yeah.
But
then
I
we
think
need
it's
it like
awesome.
we need a John Stewart Reed done in this color.
Yeah, so they match. I'm curious. What is the scale of this? Is this bigger than
I would
Darkseid?
say,
I would
say Dark Side. My guess.
Like he's a big.
You're getting a
figure.
Good bang for your buck with this one.
Yeah, if he's the same price for sure.
Does he come with a lantern? I don't
think
notice.
so.
That's the Canadian packaging, UKCA. Isn't it? Yeah, that's what I have in mind.
I wish this had a comparison. That's so cool, though.
Yeah, no, he doesn't come with a lantern because he doesn't have open hands.
Yeah.
It's just him.
Okay.
But you're getting a lot of plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. All right. What else?
Now, would you guys, I mean, we have the knees. Would you want them to, at some point, bend at the elbows or just keep it the way that it is?
Keep it the way it is.
Let me go back to...
Because you remember when Mattel changed over in their Justice League line? They had then they added the elbow joints and that.
Oh yeah,
right.
Well, they were better bending at the knees and elbows because of the kind of figures they were, but these ones are nostalgic throwbacks.
Yeah.
So I feel like it would be a disservice to the throwback if all of a sudden you started adding that articulation.
So Ahsoka, we have the gold Superman and then the Sinestro Corps. Sinestro.
Yeah,
the gold Superman's pretty rad just because that was a figure that was supposed to come out right during the original run.
Here we go.
It was supposed to be for Superman's, what was it, 75th or 50th? 50th.
Something like that.
Superman at 50. It was supposed to be his 50th, I think.
So the only way to seem to get it is either getting this bundle or getting just the figure bundle on Entertainment Earth. So there is kind of a paywall there. But for me, I was going to buy this anyway. So
yeah. It was I didn't have to think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty good price, right? 3 vehicles, 7
you put
figures.
The 10% on that too.
Yeah. Oh, so great.
I don't know what I'll do with the Superman though.
I'm gonna. He's like one of those I have figures that are like the 75th anniversary of whatever. This is the 200th figure of Kenner's.
Yeah. You know what I did?
So that's kind of what I'm gonna do with it. I'll put it with those types of figures.
That Superman figure is the equivalent of them making, or almost the equivalent of them making, the Green Lantern Riddler figure.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It kind of existed, but kind of didn't. So this one, they made, I believe, a prototype. It never made it farther. And then everyone knows the story of the Riddler figure, too.
I mean, I do wish
the
this
Riddler
line... I hope this line catches on more now that it's not a Walmart exclusive. I mean, I know you'll hate me saying this, Rob, but I would love a death metal version of Superpowers figures. You know what I mean?
I mean, they kind of. I mean, they did the Batman.
I would love them. I think the Batman would last, but I would like a Grim Knight Superpowers Batman.
I would like a regular.
I would be okay with that, but please keep giving us classic characters.
Yes,
that should have been in the.
Yeah.
Catwoman
and Man-Bat.
I mean, he's done Green Lantern now and stuff. I would love to see Shazam and some of the figures that they already did.
Shazam with an updated head sculpt.
Yeah, and then
I want Zack Snyder's Justice League Superpowers figures. You know?
Oh yeah,
that.
I would love that.
Well, I feel like this line because this line is probably so much cheaper to produce.
I would think
he'll probably continue this line as long as he has the license now.
The only thing I wish that this line had, as far as articulation, was a much easier way to swap heads. That's all.
Oh, you went through the trouble after asking me, eh? Yeah, it was a bugger, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I totally ruined it. So just because
so it's tough to pop these heads out. You can't.
That's what I said.
It's on a rod.
Oh, interesting.
Long.
It's a rod system. I mean, if they were just on a ball joint, I know it's not like how they should be
peg.
made.
They used to be on a peg though.
Yeah, I just wish that they were just like a normal peg that you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I do, as someone mentioned in the comments, a big Barda. Man, I would love like the Furies, like a whole new
Yeah,
gods.
Mr. Miracle.
Yes.
Miracle and Barda and Granny Goodness would be my 3.
Orion.
Top. That'd be a fun way to do all the classic. I want him in 7-inch, of course, but like, you know, getting more like obscure.
Well, he's not opposed to doing obscure figures and 3-packs because we got obscure figures.
So like
that 3-pack was awesome.
Yeah.
Out of this, like, where do you think they would go vehicle wise?
Oh, dude, Robin Cycle. Here. They can do a Robin Cycle. They can do Superman's rocket. Pretty easily. They can do a Superpowers Seahorse. They can do what? Be awesome, wouldn't it, Storm? And then they can do really with Green Lanterns.
We need an updated. We need an updated body buck, kind of like what they did with Batman. We need it for Superman. We also need it.
Yeah.
We need it for Aquaman because his head was too tiny.
Yeah.
We need a short hair. A treadmill for a Flash.
Oh.
Yeah, they could do that. They could. And if they want it to be a vehicle, they could put the treadmill inside of a giant circle. I know it sounds dumb, but they could totally do that. Meanwhile, it's like, why wouldn't Flash run with it? That's not the point. It's supposed to be a toy.
Yeah.
a kid would like that. You know, treadmill, he runs on the treadmill, and then
just put him in like one of those hamster balls.
Yeah. Oh, I think it would do okay. Maybe he'd do some wind-up stuff. Oh, that'd be awesome.
I'm trying to think like what else that they could like make.
Joker van very easily. Riddler could very easily.
I mean, obviously, someone just mentioned a new Hall of Justice or Watchtower.
Yes.
Still want a Fortress of Solitude.
Fortress of Solitude.
Yes. Dude, Fortress of Solitude, man, that would be.
And a Batcave.
Yeah, I guess they have to do a playset first. They haven't really done.
Yeah, I mean, the Batcave that I still use is from the Kenner one.
Oh, you use the. See, I was always partial to the one from Toy Biz. I like the Toy Biz one.
I did have that, but I think my mom sold it or something, and then I got the Wayne Manor, the original first run.
Wow.
Man, I still want that Toy Biz one. I had it, and like I didn't survive childhood, but that is something I'm nostalgic for. Is to have that Batcave again, you know,
with the boulder that like randomly falls on people.
Yes, it never stays, and like the guardrails. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, Batman, has anyone told you your Batcave would not pass code?
No, it would not make it. It would not make it.
And on top of that, there's all that bat shit everywhere, getting everyone sick. Yeah, the Redbird car from the '90s. Someone said.
Yeah,
Javelin,
that would be dope.
Arkham Asylum. Yeah, that's correct. Arkham Asylum. Yeah, there's so many things. Penguin Submarine.
Rob, I feel like you could get that '90s Batmobile in this line. You have a better chance.
I would take it.
Yeah. And the thing is, Batmobiles will always sell, right?
Yeah.
Always sell. How many has he done so far? He did one. Yeah, he's done one Batmobile, right? But he could do a Batmobile like twice a year, and they would sell.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we got to wrap it up. We're almost
a Lobo with his motorcycle.
Lobo cycle, yes. The hog. Space hog.
Any final questions, guys? Thoughts, comments? We have a lot of great participation from the chat.
Hawkman spaceship. Aero car. Yeah. No question.
I forgot.
The Aero car, eh?
Yeah. Some great suggestions from the chat. Like an Aero car would be amazing. And the classic Batjet.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Jim Gordon with jail cell that closes and opens.
Oh, that's very specific.
Does he come with a pack of ciggies in his drawer?
You know. Hawkman spaceship though. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
The Javelin.
Yeah. Orion and his
Manosaurus Rex
hoverboard.
All right, guys. We got to go. But great suggestions. We are done, guys. I'm sorry. But friends, great show as always. Rob, Brad, looking good.
Well, one of us is.
both of you. You know. Friends, thanks for watching. We'll be back again in 2 weeks. I think we did we do it 2 weeks ago? Are we consistent, Rob? Are we back on the schedule?
Pretty sure, yeah, we're back on schedule.
Yep. Every other week.
Look at
we're
that.
Doing them. Look at us go.
I think we'll probably be another $300-400 into pre-orders by the next show. You know, for the rate we're going here.
They keep putting them out, and I
know,
keep pre-ordering
dude,
them.
and like the Superpowers dropped today. Jeez, you know?
Yeah.
All right, guys,
shut up and take my money,
please. Guys, thanks for watching. Really enjoy doing this, obviously, and appreciate the participation, the positivity, the fun, spirited conversation that we have. And that's about it, guys. We will see you again in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, guys.